Okay. And we are back. We're back. Hello. It is 3:20 on Monday, April 9th. I just got back from lunch. And it's time to stream some indie dev. Hold on just a moment. This can't be right. And I have my dashboard up, so I figured out how Twitch works, maybe. Where were we? When last we left off. Okay. Let me do several things. First off, I don't think I can handle hearing the audio on repeat. Let's turn that down. Let's turn this off. Okay. What we did this morning was we set up this button so that, well, we had this. This button now transitions you over to here, to this other camera. We've got this music stand here. These are the 3 different paths you can take. For optional levels. This does not look great. I don't know what that box is about right there. That's new. Yeah. Yeah, let's just start making this less terrible. Let's just go with that. Because this is pretty bad. Okay. Oh God, where to start? Why does this button come back to here? That's weird. What's the deal with that floating box? I don't know. There's a lot of questions here. Let's start with that weird floating button. Hey, Corafel. I'm glad you like it. Are these all hidden in game? Yes. You are not the box that is floating. What is the box that is floating? Hey, what's up, Kayla? The box that is floating. What are you? Where did you come from? You're part of the main stage. You're not hidden in game. There's nothing here that would unhide you. Oh, man. The shit is this? Where did you come from? Okay, so I don't know what level you're part of. Cube 421. Yeah, it's you. What the sh... Oh, you're not such a hidden game. And I guess, do I have to set the cube as well? That would be weird. I would hope this would propagate. Hey, Major Debauchery, what's up? Okay, yeah, so I don't know what that was about, but whatever. Do I like this placement? I feel like I want the papers to fly up, reveal this, and then what? Fall away? Hang off the level like a skirt? I don't want it to look like this, that's for sure. So what do I want it to look like? Let's start with just... hide that. Just start with this. was for lunch today. I just had a massive omelet on toast and then took a nap. This day went off the rails real fast, guys. That is what occurred for lunch today. Okay. So what is this really gonna look like? I had this idea that maybe it lays flat, like on top of that element, but maybe not. This stuff here doesn't make sense anymore. Map are you in? What's Mac? Okay, so when you're down like this, how do I put this? Thinking like it might be cool if it lays like that, kinda. But maybe not. Actually be cool. At all? Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. I need to get rid of the thing where it automatically loads the levels when you go in, so you're not seeing stuff through things, because that's weird. Combo levels are probably going to need a different art treatment. Might be fun if, like, the papers flew up, this kind of drew out of the paper, and then the paper was sort of in the wind dragging off of this element back here, in, like, kind of the backdrop. And all the levels were scooted up so they're right up against the edge of the bottom of the stand. The stand definitely needs to be... I need to be more careful about how this is going to be built on the grid. I need to figure out how to... When you're down like this, I need to get rid of those pockets. So, like, this has to go away. And this has to be right on the grid. Hey, what the shit? Oh. So, yeah, what I'm actually going to need. Hey, keeping track of this account. Have the grid lines always wiggled? Oh, that's a, when you're turning the camera, there's an effect that kind of, where you see the bass playing, and I'm not sure how much I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. But yeah, it's the bass playing. Hey, Rootlancer, what's up, dude? Hey, everybody. Keeping track of this account, I guess I could give a quick demo. I mean, things aren't super broken, right? Alright, for you. What do you want to see? What have you not seen yet, this account? I mean, right now I have a save that I'm currently going through. There's so much work to do. This one. This is kind. Just progress, no jazz. Oh, the music. I need to talk to my musician. I should probably get more music going. We'll get there. There's a lot to do. Oh, your group PAX was great. I got to hang out with all kinds of people. It was a really fun time. I met Rami. We actually hung out for like a very long time because we were part of the same panel, and then afterwards we just like talked about publishers and shit. I met Jake Roberts. He's super cool. He's the guy that made Gorogoa. We hung out a lot too, just because, I don't know, I think he's cool, so I just attached myself like a barnacle and followed him around against his will. Who else? Met just a load of people. I met Rebecca Saltzman for the first time. I always kind of wanted to meet her. Met just a bunch of indies. Everyone at the Indie Mega Booth. Thanks, Christone. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, Rami and I were, it's on Twitch. I did 2 panels over PAX, and I think they're both recorded somewhere, on Twitch. One of them was, the first one was Thursday, which is like the new day. It was weird. It was the first time I went to a panel at PAX, and there was like no one there. PAX was empty on Thursday. It was really surprising. I doubt they'll do 4 days of PAX again. I think they'll drop it down to 3. But, yeah, so the new Thursday was, because there was no one there, we just kind of hung out for a while. Like, we did the panel and then we just hung out. I avoided the plague, but my throat is, like, dead, man. Like, I got no goddamn voice anymore, man. It's gone. Voice is gone. Kriston, I'm really glad you like the GDC talk. I worked hard on that. And then I swore, like, I wouldn't do it again until next GDC. And I went to PAX and I was like, I'm done with people. I'm done socializing. I'm not going to hang out again for a while. And then I was invited to speak at this thing I really wanted to speak at. And I was like, oh, obviously I'll do that, yeah. And so I think I'm going to be giving another talk in November. Out in Norway. I mean, if you get... someone's going to pay you to go to Norway, That's rare. They don't usually pay speakers. Well, they don't usually pay me. So if someone's going to pay me to go give a talk in Norway, I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Free flight, free hotel, I'm in. It's hard to say no to that. So I'll be out there. Probably in November. What am I doing here? And then I realized, the second I agreed to that, I realized what I just agreed to, because they want an hour-long talk, and it's a very small conference. There's only, like, 17 speakers. So they want a talk that's more focused on, like, business. Which is cool. I can totally do that. But it's an hour-long talk, which is significantly longer than I usually do. And it's on business, which is something I don't usually do. And you can't really... Like, I usually try to be funny, because that's, you know... I'm a fucking clown. But humor isn't something that works. Humor is very cultural. Things that are funny to us as Americans are not funny to other people. Humor is so regional, and it's just like not... Basically, I have to give a serious talk about business. This might be the hardest thing I've ever done. Is it in Bergen? I don't know. I don't even want to say it because I'm worried I'll say it wrong. I haven't officially agreed to this yet, so I shouldn't even tell you. But they invited me to submit a talk. And if I can come up with something, I'm basically in. But I have to, like, write a talk and then give it, right? Where is this? Yeah, I don't know where this is. I was like, fucking Norway, that sounds right. I'm in. Yeah, that's actually why I was interested in it. That's why I pinged the people about it. Jane Eng loved it. My buddy Ryan, he goes to these each year. He loved it. Well, he didn't go... I'm sorry. He went the same year as Jane Eng. And he was just raving about how much fun it was and how nice the people were and just what a great time. So I've been kind of trying to wiggle into it ever since. You're from India and you still laugh at the American jokes? Okay, we'll see. There's the language jokes are the hardest. Somebody last night made a joke about it's time to pax up. And she was from Australia. She's like, get it? We're gonna pax up. We're paxing up, guys? We're like, what the hell are you talking about? It turns out that means, like, to pack. You pack up when you leave a place. It's like an Australian expression. It did not go over well. There's just a lot of things. It's just hard. You don't know what's actually funny to other people. The language stuff's real hard. Okay, what am I doing here? I need this to... I mean, yeah. Her first problem was she went with a pun. Do I have this behind? I don't want this to work. That's what I want you to do. That might not work at all. Shit. What does an actual music stand look like? Well, I kind of took a lot of liberties here, so. Guess that's just affixing right to the front. Damn it. You don't like puns, Root Lancer? Good. No one here likes puns. There's no wordplay allowed. I'm sorry, Wanted Winston. You're not allowed here anymore, man. Strictly prohibited. I think this one should go. Oh my god. No, it's fine. Do I blueprint the shaders for Kind myself? I like that you've used blueprint to mean... I think you mean program, but But anyway, the shaders here, yeah, I make them myself. They're very, very simple for the most part. A lot of the stuff in this game is flat shaded. There is basically no lighting in the game, with the exception of right here, and a directional light for the character that's attached to the camera. So what you see when you're moving around, for instance, you see how there's like kind of a drawn spot that follows the character right there? And then the material, this one undraws, this one draws. That's probably the part of the shader that's most complicated. There are... Here is the world. World space tiling material. Let me get... Right, no, these are the shared. Give me just the base. This one's not what I want. Let me open up the right thing. World space tiling material ground. Okay. So this is basically the ground shader. This adds a kind of zigzag effect texture on anything. If you're on an elevation and this shader's being drawn on the ground on an elevation that's different, it draws this kind of zigzag effect. This is a different effect that's just on a different elevation. This is that spotlight you were seeing earlier. There's a global parameter that is just the current location of the pawn that you're controlling. And I get that and I just move this texture in the material to be that location. I take it, I lerp between a dark color and a lighter color, which is the spotlight, and I multiply that by the texture. The actual textures are all black and white. The color's all added in the material. Yeah. What the hell is this? Oh, and this is for... Okay. So this is for if you're a, on the combo levels, when you're off on a different character, this is what draws the kind of spotlight underneath you. Basically, any lighting is actually happening in the shader. So in that way it's a little bit weird and complicated. I should do like a breakdown of how that's set up at some point. Materials. The material editor in Unreal is really powerful and cool. If you want to know the things Unreal does well, it's definitely their... Blueprint gets a little bit spaghetti. The material editor gets a... This is not Blueprint. This is a totally different thing. It just looks a lot like Blueprint, and it becomes way more spaghetti. You have no idea. This gets pretty intense. People do really cool stuff with it. The material system in Unreal is fantastic. I think the two things Unreal does well is their animation system and their material system, I would say. And in general, their art tools are pretty cool. Yeah, when I've done and I clean it up, it feels weird to do like a here's how I did the shaders before the game ships, because it's going to change at least 20 more times. But I will definitely do a breakdown of how they're set up when they're done. When we get there. Alright. I remember what I was doing. It's merging these together. So I want to feel the grid a bit more. Create. Let me make something with 100 subdivisions. that is technically I think you'd have to be 2,000. No, I'm off by a factor of 1. There. And then move it up by 400. So is this the grid? So this is where things we put. Substance designer. I've seen some of that stuff. That shit looks cool. Rainbow spaghetti. Yeah. I'm glad David Gibson's class is taken off. That's cool. I think, like, that he finds the time to do that on top of everything else he has in his life is pretty impressive to me. I always think that sort of thing is great. Yeah, so this isn't gonna neatly fit in the grid in a way that looks sweet, is it? What the shit? Oh, I see. The downside here is I'm not quite sure what I'm doing for... this fella. The crap happened here? What in the world? I'm not gonna ask what that was. That did not happen. Okay. You're finding the time to stream and make kind. Yeah, somehow. I'm pretty tired. And to be fair, like, I reached a point where even this project, which is not like the most highly scoped project ever, I've gone down to working. I'm gonna go down to working part-time at the Molasses Flood so I can get more time in on it. Because it's just like a lot of work. I'm glad you liked it, Winston. I do, let's see, this is my 3rd year doing Microtalk. So yeah, I think once they put out the latest one on YouTube, I'll do a compilation of the last 3. I thought everyone crushed it. Technically an artist, I was blown away. Everybody had a different reason why their talk was fantastic. Like, Lana always nails it with the graphic design. I don't know. like, I have no words. She just nails it with graphics design. There's people who are like animating every slide. There's like, you had obviously, I think Kate Better's talk was like one of the more moving and emotional ones. Kate, how do I put this? I'm worried that we're on a trajectory between Tim Borelli and then Katie Better, and then like, if somebody tries to top that again next year, someone's gonna have a goddamn breakdown on stage. Like, we need to stop this. We can't be moving towards having panic attacks on stage. I don't want to have like a black swan moment during the micro talks. It's good to have passion, and it's good to talk about failure and have your fears on stage, but holy shit, man. Like, and that's incredibly moving. But I think we just skirted the line there, where I don't think we should encourage people to have a panic attack on stage. Like, I think that's might be time to pull back a little. I'm really amazed with what she pulled off, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm amazed. That was incredibly moving and inspirational. I'm just worried that we're setting, like, if you follow the trajectory, this ends in Black Swan. Let's just not go there. Don't die for your performance art. So, anyway. That's my stupid thought on the subject. What's sticking out right there? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, what am I doing? This needs to look like a grid, and it needs to look good. It needs to do all kinds of shit. I think. What we're gonna do is have these not be visible for this part. Yeah, totally. Technically an artist. It was a good range, man. Hey, Sam Bats, what's up, man? Do I hang out in voice chats? No. Not usually. I don't usually... I find it just, like... I work slower when I'm streaming, for instance. I think that's pretty... like everyone does, right? But... I think if I was hanging out in a voice chat, I'd get less done. But I will say a lot of my friends from San Francisco, a lot of the new sexy indie thing to do is to have an always-on camera while you're working. I'm not sure how I feel about this. but some people swear by it, so I might try that. Like a group of indies just have a kind of agreement. Anytime they're working, there's just a camera on. And it's supposed to make you way more productive. Like, I'll try anything once, maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll actually be effective at, I don't know, making you focus. I can kind of see how the peer pressure would happen. I definitely know, like, there's definitely psychology there, where when there's, when other people around you are working, you work harder. That's known, and that's definitely true for me, so I think I might try that. Maybe. My buddy does it, so I'm gonna probably jump into his weird indie thing. Just got over a cold. Yeah, it's running through our office too, Sam bets. Like a streaming, it's like a streaming camera. I think it started out with like Campo Santo did it. They have a distributed team, and their big thing was like have an always on camera, and at any point you can hit it, push to talk, and like, hey Benson, and just talk as though you're in an office. And it was how they got over the fact that their team is so distributed. For certain people, I can see why that would be really helpful. I feel like programmers would murder you if you suggested that. Like, every programmer I've ever worked with would just, like, hates that idea. But I can definitely see how for when you have to collaborate a lot, especially with designers and artists, being able to just hit a push-to-talk key and, like, ask a question super fast seems really useful. And you'd have to obviously... And there is something where you're way less likely to abuse it, I think. If you have to push to talk versus, I don't know. It's hard to say. There was a trick back when I worked in tech art where what I would do is somebody would come up to me. The closer the animator is to you, the more likely they are to just swivel around and ask you a question that they could have easily figured out themselves if they took like a second. And there's certain people who their default state is like, just ask real quick. Which can be really distracting if you let that go, and especially if you have like 10 animators you're helping out with stuff. So what I would usually do is when somebody pings me on Messenger or something, and they ask a question, I'm like, yeah, I'll show you, I'll be right there, just give me 2 minutes. And usually within 2 minutes, like, they already figured it out. And if somebody figures something out on their own, they're way more likely to retain that information and do it correctly in the future. That's a pro tip from tech support land. Hey Chris, what's up? Hey Chris, congratulations to the groom. Congratulations. That's all I got. I assume this is Chris Light, right? Otherwise I'm gonna feel real weird. Chris Light messages me the other day. He's like, shit, man, I didn't edit the podcast yet. I'm sorry, I'm getting married today. It's like, you know, you don't have to apologize this time, Chris. That's fine. You're allowed to get married. Take a day, man. Gotta make sure their solution is... Yeah, that's true. Well, it's usually like they had a problem with the exporter, and then they realized they were just exporting to the wrong directory or something like that. Like, it was never really, you know... Animators we don't give them the ability to break things, usually. In AAA. They're shielded from themselves. Is anyone even going to notice that this fits the grid? I wasting my time here? Also, should I try having paper draping off of this or not? So many questions. going good, Chris. Let me catch up real quick. Hold on. Hey, Numba, what's up? G-Mix, that's definitely a new nickname. I've never been called that before. I don't hate it. I get behind it, I guess. I support this. Okay. Yeah, that feels more right. Not that. Oh God, guys, taxes are due in less than a week. Get it together, guys. That's high risk. There's reasons why I won't like this. Okay. How does the positioning feel? It's weird. Did you move? No, you're just below. What's your Z? This should be like 54. Oh no, I see it. Okay, yeah. Maybe we should have you at 54. I also feel like you should be able to get there. that did work. Is this grid off as well? Yeah. No, this is incorrect. Oh, sorry, let me catch up here. Oh, I won't be able to catch up. Shit. Reaching that point here. Chris, in America, you set your withholding, so you can decide not to pay taxes, or as much as you maybe should until the end of the year. There's a lot of reasons why they let you do that. You do set your withholding for your payroll taxes from your employer, but there's other things, like you get property tax, so tax on the cars you own and that sort of shit. So once a year you have a lot of stuff to do. If you end up coming to America, you'll get to experience this, Chris Light. But yeah, you can always do withholding, which is basically what you're talking about, where at least for, where you're a percentage, you basically guess at how much you owe and you have your employer withhold that from you. That's very common. That's pretty standard. Yes, I did RT. They do have a tiny basement. You are correct. Not much has changed over the years, man. It was, RT is weird because they got, Rochester, New York didn't have much going on in the way of industry with the exception of Kodak. So Kodak invested in RIT, which was a tech school, and created the Kodak Quad, which was a film school basically, for film and photography. And yes, they did eventually get a small animation department, which is where I majored in animation. It was cool. It was good to be the only person that can animate at a tech school. It was how I broke into video games. I was the artist that all the programmers knew. And programmers get jobs very easily. So it was accidentally brilliant. I'm a fan of the garbage plate. In my youth, technically an artist, I would crush a garbage plate. I have not had one in years. I'm pretty sure it would, like, wreck me internally now. But yes, there was a time. Good Lord, there was a time. What do you think? You know, it's like the stuff I ate when I was in college, man. There's no words, really. I don't know how I got away with that. It's pretty mind-blowing in hindsight. Wait, then how is this working? Maybe it just isn't. What the hell am I missing here? This is off by 100. Top is off by 100, but the bottom is not. Oh no, the bottom is off as well. So this still doesn't look right. 96. Fine. Okay, so yeah, that's gridded. Cool. Okay. Don't think there's a reason you can't scooch closer. Ah. More about that one in a sec. So. Let me check. Oh, you grew up in Rochester. No shit. Hey, Calv, what's up, man? Yeah, I think I'm already a pain in the ass for my composer. I don't know if I want to make him, like, do more work. We'll see. Okay, so this is the default. Obviously that level, I wish that level wasn't loaded right now. Let's load a different level. Okay. So you get this for the default. Swivels. Bounces down. I can go like that when it's done. Now to check. So not sure which one I need you at. Let's just export it and see what we get. Mesh combine. Where's the basic one? Oh wow. Yeah, so I need you to be forward by like 400. And also up by 100 for some reason. You're not. Yeah, okay. That makes sense, I guess. A 100? Don't feel like that's accurate. Because if that's accurate, then all kinds of shit's not accurate. What inspired me to make a game about music and instruments? That's a good question. There was a lot of things, I think. I mean, I was playing around with different themes early on. You can probably go back to the streams and find a place before there was any musical stuff. Initially it was like little machines, little robots that were running away. And I wanted to give them more character, more personality, and I knew I wanted the game to be kind of themed like a jazz club, and for some reason every game I ever work on has a huge musical element. I don't know why. And I kind of love it. Like, I like that I get to work closely with musicians and stuff I work with. I like that, I think musicians are insane. They generally inspire me a lot. I think a lot of the kind of person that becomes a musician is somebody that's, like, it's a difficult thing to do. I like music. I wish there was a more interesting reason, but I just really like music, and I want to do something kind of jazz themed. And I know the entire game was largely inspired by La La Land, so I guess from the get-go was probably gonna end up this way. I just didn't realize that at first. I'll see you later, Winston. How do you figure out the system requirements of one's game? This is really simple. The Unreal Engine has a min spec that it runs on. I will target that min spec. I do not have to think about it. Other people probably have to think about it far more. That's a terrible answer. But it's kind of true. Generally your platforms will determine your min spec if you're in AAA. If you're targeting like the Xbox One, there's certain things that you have to make it run on the Xbox One, and that will limit what that'll be your min spec for your PC at a minimum, right? I don't know how else to describe it. Usually you just reach parity with the given console that you're reaching onto. If you're someone like Blizzard and your goal is to have the game play in as many territories as possible entirely on PC and your focus is PC, then you start really digging into the data. Like, if you're Blizzard and you want your game to be global and you want people in like China and Africa to be playing this game on their phones potentially, or on their micro consoles, or whatever's going to come out there, you generally look at the laptops that people have out in other countries, and you see how many people you're gonna lose by not hitting a certain min spec, and you go from there. But I am not Blizzard. I am Gwen. It's going okay, Puka. No, I'm not actually a musician. I played the saxophone when I was a little kid. I wanted to be Lisa from The Simpsons. That was stupid, but true. Not really. I started playing the saxophone before I saw The Simpsons. I don't know why I did. I just really like the saxophone. That looks cool. Kids don't think much, they just do things. So, what did I do here? Did I ever actually get that going? What's my deal? Did I re-import this? What am I doing? Alright, let's find out. File, export. Okay, I'll blow my nose. I'll say one of the best things about the Flame in the Flood. We didn't really have a launch party. We were really bummed. We didn't have a lot of sales. But Chuck Reagan, the musician, we made the Flame in the Flood at the same time as Chuck Reagan was making, like, we teamed up with Chuck Reagan, and he was making, he made an album for us, basically that was our soundtrack, called The Flame in the Flood. And when we launched, he happened to be touring, playing that album and all of his music, obviously, and he was in Boston, maybe like 2.5 weeks after we launched. So our launch party was just, we went backstage and hung out with Chuck Reagan and the camaraderie, and he did a live show, and he did a huge shout out to us, and we put up like video of the game and stuff in the background. It was great. It was really phenomenal. It was like an accidental, amazing launch party. You sleep 16 hours a day. That's not good. Yeah, Chuck Reagan's sweet, man. I don't know which musician we're gonna work with for the next one, but we've made it a pillar at the Molasses Flood. We all just love doing it so much. We're gonna find a musician for the next game. It's not gonna be the same theme though, so I don't know. And it's not gonna be jazz. Got a whole new thing going on at work. I'm excited about that. That would be cool. So like, one of my favorite things at Irrational is I was on the DLC that did, I was on the Bioshock Infinite DLC, the one where we kind of had this, you're walking through the town at the beginning of Paris, and there's this composition that's building that Jim Bonney wrote. As you go through, like, people are playing instruments to the beat, and then you have a bird that lands on your finger, and the bird is whistling the beat, and as you go through, everything is singing this song in this dreamlike kind of Disney way. That was the first time I got to work in like, we were tightly integrated with the music there, right? Like, the bird had to land on your hand, and it had to sing with the music, so we had to do a little magic there to make sure that depending on when you hit that trigger volume, the animation would play for. I would scale the play rate of the animation until it hit at the right time, and then I'd ramp it into moving with the music, and everything in that level moved to the music and stuff. That was amazing. And then after that, I was just addicted. Now everything's... Then with The Flame of the Flood, obviously, the soundtrack was a huge part of it. You're going down the river, you're listening to Chuck Reagan just, jam. This is a game about musical instruments. I don't know, man. This is what I do. Tango, we got term sheets. I don't know how much I can say. Looks like we're getting funded. Things are going well. Things are good. I can't say more than that. Just things are good. I am very excited. Yeah. I don't think I'm moving units, Riverium. I don't think people bought new machines to play The Flame of the Flood. Yeah, it is great news. Our launch party for our last game included karaoke with the DJ who played saxophone with the singers. Nice. Nice. Live karaoke. Did Irrational have a launch party? Irrational had a gold party when we went gold. That was definitely like AAA bullshit, man. That was definitely like, how do you put it? What I like about when The Flame and the Flood had our kind of launch party was we were hanging out with the band, and it was backstage, and it's not really glamorous, right? Like, it's grungy. Being backstage isn't some like opulent situation. If you've ever been backstage, it's, like, they had, snacks, and you got like a dirty floor to sit on, and you're hanging out backstage, but it's just a bunch of cool people, and it's just fun. It's hard to explain. A musician's life is not glamorous, actually, the vast majority of the time. And I liked that. It was real, and it was fun, and it was cool, and it was thematically relevant. And at Irrational, it was just like expensive drinks, expensive food, the usual shit. Which was good too, don't get me wrong. That's fun too sometimes. I like to be wined and dined. It's a good time. Yeah, it was unique. It was it was accidental too. I think that might have been the best part. We were not going to have a launch party. We didn't think we had the money. We didn't have the money. Chuck Reagan happened to be touring in Boston around that time. It was just perfect. I was pretty pleased. And we needed that more than I realized. Feels good, man. Why is this low? Why is this not looking exactly like it looks in Maya? What the fuck is that? Now I'm wondering if my grid is wrong again. Like... How bad can I be at this? Is it possible? You're acting like you're still not even a little bit on the grid. God damn it. But then how's it working? You just can't see it because it's all unlit. This is perfectly on the grid. You're here. Oh, but the grid is way wrong. Oh god. Okay. So yeah, the grid's actually there. Okay, it's starting to make sense now. So this is actually wrong. That would explain why you look weird. You should be here. Nope. So you'll be... Okay. This is... So everyone terminates up here. They terminate by landing on this. What is that text? What in the world is that? Preview? What the I'm not gonna ask questions. I think it's just mad they haven't built lighting. Okay. Interesting. And now this should finally kind of match up. For the love of... Nah. Oh no, yeah, I know that doesn't work. I saw that in the... Doesn't work here. I'm okay with that not working because it makes sense that it doesn't work. So that's fine for now. Not alarming. Okay. So we are now adhering to grid world. I miss? Later, Puka. I need soda. I'll return. That's ridiculous. The chair is dead. I have returned. That's the shit. Alright. Now how do we make this a little bit more real? Let's look at what we got. That's obviously going to need work. A lot of it. That transition is going to need work. I need to move these boxes now that I've done this part. That's not okay. Ugh. Fuck. You have to figure that out? Huh. Is it if I select too early? Like if I wait a minute? Okay. Well, that's good. Well, not good, but at least I understand the problem. Maybe. Okay. All combo levels need to move so that they don't fall off the edge here. Now this is kind of moved. This needs to connect again. Is there no other half to this? Huh. Do that here as well? Guess it did. Cool. Now you have another half. Weird. Interesting, I didn't do that over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to make that longer. Because I think this is designed to be on the grid world, right? Maybe. It should be. It was once upon a time. Lord knows if it still is. Maybe it isn't. I guess not. Alright, well, fuck it then. For now. What else do I need to do? Right, move all the combo levels forward a bit. Oh, yeah, okay. Right, okay. The dev mode button is before I figured out the UI, or I still haven't, but I'm working on the main menu now, and I needed a way to be able to get to any given level. So dev mode is just all the levels in the game. I can hit this, I can unlock them, and then I can just go play any given level. Here's one of the trombone levels. So that's dev mode. Quit. What was I doing? Right. Oh, wait, no, I'm not done yet. Forgive me. Let's keep going. So that's the first of the 3. So DA, this is the piano. Thanks, Dacia. Welcome back. Did I make the art in Tilt Brush? No. Nope. All of it was made in, just Maya. Which version am I? I haven't moved to the new one yet. I'm still in 2017. I don't think a human being would work well as a transformer. There's too many like bones and sinew and things that would be involved. I think it'd be pretty gross. Tango, if you were to take that quite seriously, I think you'd be in trouble. Yeah, that would have been back in December, just so yeah. That was like a long time ago. Feels like an eternity. Alright. So, now all the combo levels should actually land. So things should technically work even if they look really ugly. Go to here, you're in this mode. Go back here, you're in this mode. Do a level. I don't know what this will actually look like yet. I can't spend forever making this game. I'll have to figure that out soon. It is one of my open questions. Okay. I'm gonna have to have it so combo levels don't stay loaded. You go back out to the main menu. I don't feel like doing that right now. I do need to know why that button moves. Like, what's your deal? I guess I see why actually. Yeah, I totally see why. Main menu, switch button. Main menu. To default. Switch to default button. Then you are the main menu, switch to combo button. So this is collab. Yeah, so. I should have really named this in some kind of intelligent way, but I did not. Anyway, this should work. Let's verify. Oh, yeah. I mean, the buttons have two different locations. Cool. Yeah, it's janky, but it's getting there. Oh, the UE4 version. Yeah, the combo levels are going to happen on the conductor stand. Like... And which UE4 version? I'm not on the latest anymore. I have to upgrade. I'm at like 4.17. The idea is this will animate folding down, that'll pop up. You'll play when you're done. That level needs to pop down and this pops back up. Oh, what the fuck is this? Why are you way down there? Well, I mean, this could be the same reason all the buttons are in the wrong spot. Ugh. God damn, there's a lot of work to do. Okay. If you exit out to the main menu, sorry, So you're playing a combo level. Oh, now it's just totally broken. Okay. So you're playing a combo level. Go back out to the main menu. I want that to go away. So I want to unload it entirely. I don't know. Do I want to hide it or unload it entirely? Because you could just go back and resume. And if you've already got moves, I don't want to, like, make you redo your moves, right? Let me think here. What if... I'm streaming right now. It's okay, just, you know you're on camera. I'm supposed to warn them. Shit. What time is it? Oh, it's dinner time. That's probably why. Oh, I need to go get food. Yeah, but basically, like, if you have moves, I should be able to cancel and resume. What am I doing? Stop solving the puzzle. I don't know what I want to do yet. I think I should probably think on it. I think it's 6 o'clock. It might be time for me to boogie. Yeah, make the buttons hard to click. That's a way to make a fun puzzle, Tango. I don't think that's ideal. Like, how fast you Joshua down there. Yeah, he's shy about camera stuff. We don't talk about Ian on stream. Alright. I think I'm gonna go make some food. Upload these videos to YouTube. I think what I'm gonna do is, I'll think on what I want this to do. The overarching goal has to be, by the end of April, I want to be back in a place where I can send builds to people. So I need the game, like the bones of the game in. I need to resist the urge to, like, make it look the way I want it to look. For instance, the biggest problem right now, I mean, I need to figure this out, but, and I need to fix the bugs that are with this UI so that it's, you know, not terrible. But the biggest problem right now is actually that none of these levels, there's no way to get there. All of these levels are floating in space. If I'm being brutally honest, I've been procrastinating and figuring that out for a while. So that's probably what I really need to think on. I really need to figure that out. also I really need to figure out all kinds of shit. But I have more time to work on the game now, so this will happen. Yes. I'm going to boogie. Teleporters. Well, I want you to, once you've gotten all of the characters up there on the combo level, right? Or once you've gotten the solo mission, the solo tracks done for each of the characters. What I want is that they're each just kind of like standing here posed. Then that unlocks the button to actually do the combo levels, which will swivel you around, and then the level pops up, they jump up in the air, they fall into their locations. And then once you exit to the main menu, they jump up, the level folds back down, they drag down to being back like posed on the stand. That's what I want, I think. For this. So I have an idea of what I want there. I have no idea what I want for the street shows. I'm thinking maybe some element pops up from the mist, and then there's just like, you can do a bunch of the shows right here, maybe a couple right here. There's 3 of them. I strongly suspect, like I was kind of planning to have the locations be here, here, and here. And I need to make like little mini stages that are not as cool as the main stage that pop out of those 3 locations. Don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet. Still figuring it out. Do you figure it out for the bare bones, or do you... I mean, I guess... That's a good question, Riverium. I mean, technically for testing, people can test the level. Like, I could be less of a brat and just send this out and, like, tell people there's more levels if they click this. But I don't know, that's not, like... Part of it is the game experience. Also, the secret shows are really cool. They're fun little puzzles. I like these a lot. They might actually be my favorite. They're a lot simpler than the combo levels. And there's bugs. There's loads of bugs. God damn it. Right now you can rotate a limb through a limb. See? Wah wah. There's a lot to do. It's a feature. It's not an exploit. That makes it the puzzle dumb, is what it does. Makes it so you can win when you shouldn't be able to. Alright. This has been Gwen Frey. You have watched yet another stream. I'm gonna go cook food. I'll see you guys later. It's a real lazy day.